Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Blueprints. I spent the last hour to hour and a half reviewing old notes, screenshots, etc., and I was pretty happy with my turn a sundial base thing, but I looked more closely at a new clue, and the last number is supposed to be at a dead end, and I had kind of like an extra number, and I realized my last number was wrong, which meant I wasn't supposed to be looking at page 6 of Realm and Ruin, but I was supposed to be looking at page 13, the 10th word, in which case, rather than turn a sundial base, it is turn scorched sundial base. When would a sundial be scorched? Probably at noon when the sun is the highest. And I was reviewing old Alzara prophecies, and one of them fits very well, where he talks about waiting for a shadow not cast, and when would a shadow not be cast by the sundial? Once again at high noon. It's not that I need a tool to turn the sundial. It's finally that the time mechanic is coming into play. I need to turn the sundial at high noon when it no longer casts a shadow. So that is many hours away. I need to figure out just how quickly this is going to decide if I want to play some video game before I walk over to the orchard. So yeah, let me do some measurement first. Alright, by my measurements, 1 minute of real time is worth about 8 minutes of in-game time, which means I still have 3 hours to kill from 9 to 12 plus some number of minutes. Divide that by 8. Well, let's call it 3.5 hours. Each hour is 60 minutes. So 3.5 times 60 is 180 plus another 30 is 210. And then if I divide that by 8, basically what I'm hearing is I have some time to play the video game. That said, I don't have big plans to do a whole lot. In a new clue, the detective is pictured sitting in the entryway, and these things, or one of these things, it looks bluer in the picture, is pictured behind him, but it's definitely the same shape. And there's a sledgehammer. Next time I get the sledgehammer, I need to see if these urns, vases, whatever they are, in the entryway are breakable. I want to, for my own sanity, run down to the orchard and see. I've never tried to witness if the sundial shadow actually moves with the time. I imagine it does, but it just goes so slowly that I've never noticed. So I'm going to see it now, and we'll come back in 15 or 20 minutes and see what it looks like again then. But yeah, I feel more certain today than the previous episode that I'm on the right track. So early in the morning, the sundial shadow, I guess, is pointing kind of to the tree just to the right of the barrel outside. So we'll remember that and come back a little bit later. In the meantime, there's a chance I'll get the sledgehammer out of the tool shed. So I guess I'll start with that today. Instead, we get the watering can. Alright, green rooms can help us gain diamonds. And we got our metal detector. And just for reference, we started at like 8:20 and now it's like 8:55 in-game time. Okay, I probably will need some keys. And this might be fun to do together because we recently had a new mechanic. So 4 squared is 16, easy peasy. 5, you do the innermost first. So 5 squared is 25. Rounded to the nearest 10 is 30. Divided by 3 is 10. 4 squared is 16. Rounded gives you 20. It was -4, but whatever. And just like that, I've got some keys. I appreciate how the billiards games lets you do a little bit of trial and error to discover the rule, or rules. Hello, Orange. Look at you in all your deliciousness. This is not the door I went to take. I went to take this door. And workshop, I have this as a very common room, and I like it because I do want to have the possibility of combinations basically always available to me. Because I might need the power sledgehammer for different things, and yeah, just having the workshop available, super good. Okay, conference room is pretty good here. Yeah, I'll do some drafting. It's kind of usual stuff. I guess I'll take the indoor nursery in the corner. It costs me a gem, but I'm going to get it right back by using the watering can. And also, maybe more gems will grow in here in the future. So that seems good. I think this is still the only Rubik's Cube I've seen, and we can only see these three sides of it. Yeah, I hadn't thought about if that's a real Rubik's Cube, and if it is, could you know what the other side is? I'm not sure that you could. Not that it's necessarily interesting. I have a number, I just spent like the past hour like looking at clues and different things. Major gates. Major in the book A New Clue was split into Major, which means small name. Sorry, Major Nicholas Key IV is one of the guys in the foyer, one of the busts. And so, small name Nicholas Key IV. Nicky 4? I don't know. But there might be something going on there. Look at the shadow changing. Did you see that? Like the shadow just, like the sunlight, like creeped in on the clock. Was it as a result of where I'm standing? No, it's changing right now. It just went away. Maybe the fire is like so dynamic in terms of the lighting or something? I hadn't really noticed this before, but I'm paying more attention to clocks these days. We still have plenty of time. Oh, and if we get the drawing room, there's stuff I want to take a look at there too. Do you remember all the pictures and then underlined or like the steps between the people's feet? What are you beeping at? Coins. Great. I was thinking it might be paces or something. In the book A New Clue, there was a picture of the horse running, and it said Gates, G-A-I-T-S, and then Gates, G-A-T-E-S. If we count small gates, there were 4 paintings where I think there were 3 copies of people taking small steps. There were women taking small steps, too. I don't really want to use a key here just yet. I'm farther north than I'd like to be. I'd like to get more of the south part of the whatchamacall drafted. And I don't have any bedrooms yet, and this would count as one, but it would also dead end me. I'm going to do this anyway because I get a bunch of resources out of it, and I don't mind the dead end right now. There was also something about season's greetings being puns, like Merry Christmas, Merry, M-E-R-R-Y, M-A-R-Y. This candle on the left is missing and is lower than the other 2. And this, is it lower or is it... No, it was just a perspective thing. What are you beeping at now? Are you beeping at something in the safe? No, that wouldn't make sense, right? In one of the Alzara thingies where I'm an old man sitting in the chair, in the drawing room, the candlestick behind me seems like it's melting on one side. Alright, what is this beeping at? Oh, there's a coin on the ground. I found it. Basically a new clue, like it's really super duper carefully laden with a bunch of subtle potential hints, or so it seems. Let's see, I'm kind of rambling. We still have plenty of time. So let's... I don't have a shovel yet. Let's check our way back over here. The hallway's not awful, but a storeroom is also pretty reasonable. Oh, there's the drawing room, though. Yeah, we're taking the drawing room so we can take a look at this on camera. I don't have to be efficient, I feel like, in any particular run. Like, our allowance starts off super huge. So if we count small gates, like this could be a small gate. 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Yeah, like this could be a small gate. Are they all just big or small? Like that one's small. That one's small. These are big. That one's big. These are small. That one's small. So yeah, I feel like there are small gates and there are big gates. There was something else I wanted to look in here. Okay, so this right here is the candlestick that looked like it was melting off. Oh! In Alzara's vision, and it's interactable. And it was melting off. You pull on the candlestick and it reveals a safe. Okay, if we count small gates... But is there a date associated with the drawing room? It talks about everybody sitting here. Okay, so Alzara's vision, like, that's actually what you see. Oh, that's so great. So yeah, Alzara is also, yeah, like, more of a hint giver than I realized. I'm going to have to do a mega cut of putting together all the Alzara visions again to talk through them. So, the drawing room. Is there a date clued in here, do I think? It could be the date that Herbert died, which I don't know off the top of my head. I don't think I have that in my notes handy. And the small gates in here could also somehow be a clue. It's the normal kind of safe, right? Oh, wow. I go step on the little footstool. That's interesting. I guess the fact that it's like hidden higher makes it that much less discoverable. I mean, I really gotta have a guess to go in. Can't just like start brute forcing things. Well, I don't have to solve this right now, but now I know the location of another safe. And so are there other rooms? I also wonder... Well, there's like 16 or something rooms. I was thinking about security. I was wondering if the security cameras were looking at the rooms with safes. I don't think so. There's a telephone here. It doesn't have anything suggesting a date, does it? Let's look around this room one more time before I move on. Drawing floor plans. Yeah, that's kind of instructions to the player and not really in-game knowledge that's happening there. Yeah, I feel like the biggest clue in terms of date would be this. It could be the date he died. It could be the date that he drew up his will. Actually, I think I do have that in my notes. Let me take a quick look. 0318. In the very intro, episode 1, the first opening cutscene, I think it actually pictures him sitting like this. And the date that he wrote his will was 0318. Rats. I really thought that might be it. And it was what year? I think I know the year too. It was 1993. 1993? Rats. Okay. That sounded pretty good to me. Guess the day he died or the day I arrived. Well, I arrived on November 7th. And he died... Did he die like just before that? I mean, I could do the whole 1101, 1102. I feel like he might have died just like earlier that week, or, you know, allegedly died. 1104. I probably have information about the date that he actually died, though. We'll just go up to 1106, and I guess I'll do 1107 since that's the day I ride. 1107. Okay, it's not any of those. Okay, what time is it? There's a clock ticking. Where's the clock? Here's the clock. It's not quite 11 p.m., so we still have time to do some drafting. And out of the drawing room, I can redraw for free. None of those are super great. I prefer something that's turning the other direction. So let's redraw and see if we get better. And we do not, but I'll take the hallway for now. Grab my key. Dining room is the right shape for where I currently am. Geist bedroom would be really good. Enjoy a lunch, says Joya, patron chef of whatever. Wine cellar. I've already got some decent numbers of gems. I do love the lab. The lab is hard to pass up. It's one of the best rooms in the game, in my opinion. Because the mailroom tips are pretty good, too. And experiments and gaining more allowance. I love these experiments. I could gain stars, I could gain dice. Let's say each bedroom after the second gain 1 star. And that'll help get me to 50 observatory stars faster. I don't actually draft the observatory all that often. Yeah, I probably do like half the time. Okay, so we got our lab, and there's only one more room to draft over here. Security, also a good room. The observatory, aforementioned. Does cost a gem. And it's got the same shape as the dark room. I don't have a need to go in here or do any more drafting, and I don't need to see any of the things in here right now because we've seen them many times. I should go ahead and trip the lights, just so that if I do get the utility closet, I can turn it back on later. If I did want to look at anything in there, I guess that doesn't really matter. Like, I don't plan to do any of that. Over here, Nook is fine. Thanks for the keys. Thanks for the coin. And then these are all pointing the wrong direction. That's unfortunate. Okay. I'll take the bedroom. And often there's an item in here. So peek inside. We get our steps refreshed, basically. So bedroom. I've imagined that there could be a safe hiding in here. Is there like a book on a bookshelf that I could be interacting with? Is there... What else is something clever that when you're doing like one of these kind of mystery game escape rooms, something, if you're hiding a secret safe, you would do? Lots of books over here. Yeah, and like all these like puzzly kind of things, but they're kind of behind glass. The hat. There's a number of places where there's a variety of hats that I'm not sure if there's anything to make of them. And then obviously these boxes and the postcard. But yeah, I don't see anything interactable here. And I'm not certain that there's a safe in here. It just seemed like a place that you could fit one pretty easily. Okay, so in any case, I'm currently in a dead end. Let's go back to the entryway and check what time it is. So it's like 11:15. Let's go check out the orchard and see if the sundial shadow does seem to be casting in a different direction now. Also, in one of the Alzara visions, I don't know that I voiced it, but this looks kind of like all the hanging pretty color lights that he mentioned. I think he was just describing Mount Holly. He had like caverns of stone walls, which I think is like the house. He had that was like the gem cavern, and then he was talking about something else that was like the precipice. But tell me about your shadow. The shadow has not moved. Alzara's vision said something about waiting for a shadow that never comes or something. I don't remember exactly. If I were the sun... Okay. Oh, the shadow of the... Oh, the shadow of the sundial itself. I did not look at that earlier, but that might be an actual dynamic shadow. Oh. Wait a minute. Yeah, I still have at least 4 or 5 minutes before it's going to be noon, which was going to be my first guess. Is that the gem mountain here? Because you may recall that it's possible for us to destroy this place so that it collapses by jackhammer mining the gems. Could it be that it's currently the sundial is sitting in a shadow of the mountain, and we actually need to cause the mountain to collapse in order for this to be turnable? Like, that's another possibility, too. In any case, I think sometime in the next 10 minutes is when I think this would be most sun-scorched. I should also keep an eye on exactly where the shadow is to see if it's moving. But I'll constantly be clicking here, looking to interact for the next 10 minutes, so wish me luck. And I am constantly moving back, like this could be the base, this could be the base, this is obviously could be the base. And so I'm constantly looking for interaction points. Scorched, the smudge pots. What if I need to turn the gas off so that the smudge pots come on to heat the sundial? I've only been doing this for... I need to do this for 2 more minutes, what I'm doing right now. But it just occurred to me, like, I'd always been worried about the smudge pots being off and the apple trees freezing and me not having as many steps at the beginning of the day. But what if the whole point of the smudge pots is you have to turn off the gas line to the precipice elevator in order to scorch the sundial? That just occurred to me as I've been walking around and was like looking at what's next door. The shadow doesn't seem to be moving at all, by the way. Yeah, and would you have to have the precipice elevator before getting a new clue and things? Like, that would make it even more perfect, because I was wondering, like, why would you ever turn the gas lines back off? And why did the gardener handbook, like, talk all about that? And that would actually be the perfect reason for its existence. So I've got about 30 more seconds that I feel like I need to do this in terms of my own due diligence to make sure I have gone past high noon, or even possibly 12:15, because 12:15 is what was pictured in the Great Alzara's fortune-telling thing. He had me waiting at the train station, but the train station is obviously what led us. The train metro map is what led us to the idea of doing what we're doing now. And what we're doing now, I thought for a minute I saw my cursor change, but no. I think what we're doing now is the wrong thing. I've got 5 more seconds before my timer is officially up. Okay, so smudge pots. If I turn off the gas line, which I think is in here. No, it was over here. Here. So, turn off the gas line. It'll cause one of the torches at the precipice elevator to go out. But it means the smudge pots are now on. And if the smudge pot is on, this thing is getting scorched. And if this thing is getting scorched, do I think I still need to possibly do it at noon? Like, did I miss my opportunity today by only thinking of that after the fact? Maybe. Am I barking completely up the wrong tree? Quite possibly. I don't think that blowing up the mountain is important anymore because it's clearly casting a shadow over here and over here, even if it's a shadow that never moves. Why is it a shadow that never moves? Well, why do none of these shadows ever move? I haven't paid enough attention outside to the day-night cycle. I think an episode or two ago when we saw stars in the sky was the only time I really noticed time passing at all outdoors. Turning a sundial base. Scorched. It also could be that it's like a day of the year. That would be ridiculous though, right? Like causing you to wait. Like today's date in game is day 76. It's probably like the end of January or something. So there might be something with that as well. Turn scorched sundial base. This is a sundial. This or this is the base. Turning it, it could still involve a tool. I might need the ornate compass. I might need the wrench again while it's being scorched by the smudge pots or something. I do think Alzara's hint suggested a time of day. I still need to dig in that barren ground one of these days. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. Such as the precipice elevator, I suppose. Is that just the red of the roof? Yeah. Saw something red up there. It caught my eye. I don't think I have a need to use the precipice elevator anytime soon, so I'm going to leave the smudge pots on. And maybe tomorrow I'll try to come by at noon again. Maybe. Maybe. Did this move slightly? Another reason to think it has to be a particular time of day is to prevent the player from accidentally finding this the first time they come into the orchard. Because they'd be like, ooh, look, a sundial. What's going on over here? And so having the condition of that scorched. Maybe I could use the burning glass on it. That's another idea. That one actually sounds pretty good. It sets things on fire. That would scorch it. That sounds really good, actually. Let's see if I can get the burning glass today. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. My only door left? No, I have the one north of the chapel. There's a key card in the foundation. I'm not sure if I've ever seen that before. Experiment successful. Right, because I just drafted more than my second bedroom. Picked up some ivory dice, and my observatory stars have gone up. Gonna buy some gems in the commissary, and I'm low on steps, so let's buy some bananas too. And yeah, sure, we'll buy a key. We'll buy 2 keys. Great. Plenty of resources. Let's just make sure I don't run out of draftable doors. This is another bedroom, so I'll get more observatory stars. I'll also get a bunch of keys. Experiment successful. 48 stars now. And I don't think there's anything else in here for me. And I've got plenty of keys now, so don't mind spending them. Hoping to find a magnifying glass so we can make the burning glass. From here, pantry's pretty good. Let's take the pantry, then it gives us lots of opportunities to go in different directions. Thanks for the monies. Thanks for the delicious banana. Mechanarium. I currently have 1. Only 1 mechanical room, so that's no good. So, courtyard it is. Any chance you come with a shovel? Hey, look. It comes with a shovel. That's what we'd like to see. Any chance I'm going to dig up a key card? Because I see another key door. So far, no luck. Coins. Coins. There's a key. Not a key card, though. Alright, well, we'll try this door. These are bad. I really need the key card. There's a chance I would find it in the attic. But I think since we have our dice, we should redraw and try to get some kind of hallway. I could spend 2 gems to get 2 doorways. Or I could just do this and then have to roll again, but have the chance of there being a key card or something. I think I will spend the gems to ensure I keep my doors open. I want to find this magnifying glass. Security would help if we get the mechanarium later. Gems are still in okay shape. So sure, let's do that. While I'm at security, we'll try to prevent any more key cards from getting in my way. That said, I just found a key card. How ironic. Chose the walk-in closet just to try to get some other items. No magnifying glass in here, sadly. There's a bunch of places where there's like boxes on the wooden edges of things with a bunch of little lines on them. I don't know if I've ever called them out. I probably have. I don't think they're meaningful, but I noticed them with my eyeballs. Let's see what bonus we get from the observatory. Oh, I'm at 50. We're going to see the new constellation. I didn't realize it was there already. What do I think this looks like? I'm not sure. The Inkwell. You may spend stars to draw new floor plans. Oh, neat. Permanent redraw. Oh, wow, that's super powerful. And probably if I have like at least 50, that'll come up somewhat frequently. And actually, I want to spend like just below 50 almost, so like keep 50 coming back maybe? Like at 51, will it give me 50 and 1? I'm not sure. But yeah, that's basically like ivory dice, except for I'm carrying around 50 of them and they carry over from day to day. Redraw floor plans with stars. That's pretty cool, actually. Patio would pay for itself in terms of the gem cost. I don't have to worry about the keycard doors now. I'm tempted to redraw. Alright, so we're back down to 49. So next time we look through the telescope, perhaps. My redrawing did not go super great. Let's do this and just see what comes up. Also, we'll get better music. Alright, prismatic key. Alright, because I don't like the observatory, it's a little too spooky. But the music room, it's got great music. So let's have that follow us around. 49 stars, yep. There's another way to go out of the music room, by the way. I should probably try taking it. Also, I'm getting a little low on steps. Hallway, give us some good choices. Storeroom might dead end us again, so let's do this. And is there anything in particular I'd want out of the corner? This could be a dead end over here. And it would be fine. I could use some more gems. I don't always get these, though. But I could use some more gems. Both of these statements are false. That's clearly false. because if they were, then one of them would be true. So that one's false, which means this one is true. The statement on the white box is false. So the gems are not in the blue box. The gems are not in the black box. If this is false and this is mixed, this must be true. So they're not in the white box. They're not in the blue box. Hold on. I got myself turned around. This is a mix, but this statement is false. The gems are in the blue box. The gems are not in the blue box. This is false. This is mixed. This is true. The gems are not in the black box. They're not in the black box. They're not in the blue box. Therefore, they're in the white box. 100%. Give me my gems. Oh, they're so pretty. Zing, zing, zing. And there's some coins on the ground. Do I want to put another hallway here? I can't see why I would. So let's not use the prismatic key right now. We'll use a normal key. Trophy room. That was one of the reasons that I wanted to get up to 5 gems just now, was so that I could do this. And now be at 8 gems. Also, I'm getting some beeps and boops. So clearly there's a coin somewhere in the... Oh, it's a key in the trophy room. Good job, metal detector. Putting extra items in the rooms. And from here... Ooh. How much money do I have? I only have 21. And trophy room is actually a blueprint. I was thinking it was a shop for some reason. I was going to use the prismatic key, but no. So... losing half my steps is not a huge deal at this point. And it would give me another door to draft through. I don't have anything like checked out the coat closet or anything I need to go back to. So yeah, we'll just keep drafting and see if anything amazing happens. And I don't really want another bedroom. Aquarium's pretty good. It'll give us one more chance to draft something amazing at the end here. I'm not sure what would be amazing. Watering can, because we're in a green room. Here's another key. I've only got 11 keys. Sorry, I've only got 12 keys. We're clearly about to run out. What happens if I use the prismatic key while I come out of the aquarium? This is science. Interesting, I got 3 gold rooms. So, coming out of the aquarium, you get gold, I guess? I can redraw these. Got the same 3, right? I'm going to redraw again. Because I guess these are the only shops. And special cost bypass, I guess if you have 2 things with gem requirements and the third one would also have a gem requirement, that must be what this means. I've seen that a number of times, but never really thought about it. But it has to give you an option that you'd always be able to pay. So that actually makes perfect sense. Do I have any more doors I can draft? I don't. So basically nothing matters. I came to my shovel kind of late, so I might be able to find places to dig. So I'm actually going to choose to draft the kitchen so that I'm capable of buying a little bit more food to ensure that I can get back other places. 5 for every green room in my house. How many green rooms do I have? I see 3, I think. So chef salad sounds delicious. 15 steps. Great. Club sandwich is also just 15. But 37 steps is now plenty. Okay, so we're done drafting. No, there's north out of the courtyard. What am I talking about? Let's go back there. Oh, also there's running shoes in here that I failed to pick up. That will also help with steps. Showroom is nice, but I don't have the money for it, and it would dead end me. So Library. What am I looking for at this point? I'm looking for something that's going to give me a magnifying glass. Library gave me a gem. Bookshop does have an elbow. Archives would give me 2 doors. I'd only be able to see 2 out of 3, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad. So over here, the vault. Now that could make some of the shops more interesting. So sure, let's grab that just in case we can draft a shop again. Although I guess the showroom's now impossible given layouts, I think. Today is January 21st, by the way. Alright, the pool. There's a tiny chance I'd get the pump after this. And I do need the pump, because I don't think I need to go back to the safe house anytime soon now. Yeah, thanks for the key. So yeah, let's try a bunch of rerolls to see if we can get the pump, except for the pump. No, it's an elbow. It could totally draft here. The pump, does it have a cost? I don't think it does. We'll just give things a few tries. See, now, I don't know if that could be the pump. And I do like the conservatory. But we'll try a couple more times to see if the pump actually shows up. Well, there's the conservatory again. And I do love the conservatory. It's going to have diminishing returns because eventually I'm going to get everything tuned to the probabilities I want. Boudoir. Standard, that's good. I should have pressed a different button. Indoor nursery. Oh, it's commonplace. Yeah, I don't like this room. I almost never draft it. Let's make it unusual. Great. We're improving our deck. Chapel, commonplace, that's a good one. Okay, and with that, we have drafted the mansion for today. I do not have the items I need, but I do want to check what time it is and go look at the sundial again to see if and how it may have changed. I happened to notice a dig spot in the boiler room that I passed by earlier. Hey, steps! Nice, that'll help us get there. And I made it to the dining room without running out of steps, so let's have a lemon glazed salmon. And I have an aquarium, so it's worth 30 steps. Woohoo! I did not get a sledgehammer. The time is currently 5:20 p.m. Well, I'm saying p.m. I guess I don't actually know. Shadows on the ground look basically identical, I think. Shadows here are probably identical. Smudge pot still smudging. No obviously interactable anything. Every time I try to count small gates, I get a different number, so let's count them together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I get the 18th. Is there any chance that he died on October 18th? I just counted again and got 20. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Why do I keep getting a different number every time? Is the room changing? Also, I forgot to look at this one, but it's not a small gate. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Now I think it's the 19th. But then I'm reminded that the numbers 6, 7, and 9 never appear in safe combinations. So that can't be right either. Herbert, you crazy, crazy. Oh, even here the painting. Oh my gosh. I saw it in Alzara's vision. I did not see it in the painting. Wow. Staring me right in the face. Well, I was hoping maybe something would come to me and I would be able to solve this one today, but I don't think it's going to happen. I'm curious. It's now past 9 p.m. Are the stars out yet? No, but the sky has definitely changed. But even with this sky at this hour, things look exactly the same here. A garden inn. So with that, I'm going to say that I hope as always that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more blueprints. For now, bye-bye.